So picture this. Last week, there was this teenager, right, with maybe, I don't know, barely a few hundred followers.
Okay.
And she walks into a super crowded coffee shop, sets up her phone on a nearby table, and she stages this massive screaming meltdown at a completely bewildered barista.
Oh, wow.
Right. But here's the thing. She wasn't actually angry. They didn't get her order wrong.
Of course not.
No, she did it entirely because the algorithm, the one that dictates what goes viral, it heavily weighs these high-emotion, high-decibel interactions in public spaces.
Yeah, it lives the drama.
Exactly. So she wasn't having a breakdown. She was basically executing a highly calculated strategy just to grab human attention.
It's wild, but, I mean, it completely makes sense in today's landscape.
Right. I mean, welcome to the deep dive, everyone, because, there used to be a time when people chased very tangible things.
Yeah, like what?
Well, like a fulfilling career, an education, or if you were a kid, sprinting after the neighborhood ice cream truck down the street.
Ah, right. The good old days.
But today, in the 21st century, we are all sprinting after an entirely new prize. We are chasing clout.
We really are. And it is a massive shift in how we, orient our goals.
Yeah.
We've moved from chasing the physical and the personal to sprinting after the digital and the abstract.
It's everywhere.
It is. I mean, if you've spent any time online, you have almost certainly seen the phrase clout chaser tossed around.
Oh, absolutely.
It has basically become the internet's favorite insult.
Yeah.
It's this accusation that carries a really heavy, almost visceral weight of animosity.
And it's a fascinating paradox, really, because it's a behavior that everyone publicly criticizes. But on a psychological level, everyone secretly understands exactly why it's happening. So our mission for this deep dive is to basically figure out the mechanics of this phenomenon.
Right.
We need to unpack what clout chasing actually means, explore the algorithmic and psychological loops that force this behavior.
Yeah, and really figure out why it has completely rewired the way you interact with people online.
Okay, let's unpack this. What exactly is the fundamental anatomy of clout? Like, how do we define it?
Well, to get to the bottom of it, we have to kind of isolate the currency itself.
Okay.
Fundamentally, clout is digital power and influence. It is your follower count, your engagement velocity.
Like your ability to stir up a conversation.
Exactly. Your ability to steer a conversation or set a trend. It is the raw capital of the modern internet.
Right.
But the stigma doesn't actually come from the clout itself. The stigma enters the picture when we append the word chasing.
Right. The chasing part is where it gets messy.
Exactly. When you are clout chasing, you are executing actions primarily to siphon that attention. Meaning it is not a byproduct of your art or your work or, your perspective. The attention is the sole naked goal of your actions.
Which it kind of brings to mind the image of someone sprinting after internet relevance, like it's the last cookie in the cookie jar.
That is a perfect way to put it.
It's frantic, right? It abandons all decorum and it just lunges for it.
It really does.
But, I want to push back on this premise right out of the gate.
Okay, let's hear it.
If clout is just digital influence, how is clout chasing any different from like a 1980s executive aggressively handing out business cards at a cocktail party?
Oh, that's a really interesting comparison.
Right. Because people have always been ambitious. We've always wanted to climb the social ladder, build our networks.
Sure, yeah.
So why does the internet treat this specific modern iteration like it's some sort of deep moral failing? Why is it so embarrassing?
Well, what's fascinating here is the actual mechanics of the attraction and how it differs from traditional ambition.
Okay.
The stigma doesn't actually come from the desire to be successful. It stems from the complete absence of organic value. That is the dividing line right there. Ambition historically involves doing the invisible, unglamorous labor,
Like putting in the actual hours.
Right. Cultivating a skill, a talent, or a unique perspective that naturally draws people toward you.
Makes sense.
Clout chasing is basically the attempt to bypass that cultivation phase entirely.
So it's not the ambition that offends us. It's the shortcut.
Exactly.
It's like, it's the difference between doing the hard work to build a magnet versus just running around desperately grabbing at loose pieces of metal.
Yes. That is exactly it. And that shortcut fundamentally offends our innate sense of fairness.
Right, because we want people to earn it.
Right. When someone bypasses the work and just tries to hack the reward system, the audience recognizes it immediately.
We see right through it.
We do. It's the sheer naked obviousness of the desperation. The clout chaser is essentially saying, I have nothing organic to offer, so I am going to manipulate your attention instead of earning it.
Wow. Okay, so that distinction, manipulating attention versus earning it, that kind of brings us to how this actually manifests in the wild.
Oh, yeah. It's everywhere.
Because people aren't just sitting in their rooms quietly asking the algorithm for power.
Definitely not.
They are deploying specific, really observable tactics on your feed every single day. So if clout chasing is essentially just desperate ambition stripped of the organic draw, what are the actual mechanisms people use to grab that power?
Well, the most common and recognizable tactic is forced attachment.
Forced attachment? What's that?
This is when an individual artificially tethers themselves to a celebrity or maybe a rising trend, a controversy, or a viral moment.
Just jumping on the bandwagon.
Right. But for the explicit purpose of siphoning off some of that engagement, you see this most blatantly in two specific behaviors.
Okay, what's the first one?
First, you have the creators who intentionally manufacture fake drama.
Oh, right. The sudden, highly public conflict that just seems to materialize out of thin air.
Exactly.
But why does that actually work? Like, why is fake drama such a reliable tool for these people?
Because they are reverse engineering the algorithmic architecture.
Really?
Yeah. Social media platforms, they do not understand truth or quality. They understand dwell time and engagement velocity.
Dwell time, right. Just keeping eyes on the screen.
Exactly. Conflict inherently generates high comment velocity because, well, human beings are psychologically wired to rush in and take sides.
Right. We just can't look away from a car crash.
We really can't. A sudden feud keeps people watching, pausing, and commenting. And the algorithm sees that flurry of activity and decides to push the content wider.
Which is incredibly cynical.
Very. The clout chaser doesn't have the organic talent to hold an audience's attention, so they basically leverage basic human psychological triggers like outrage or confusion just to trick the machine into giving them reach.
Wow. And that perfectly aligns with the second major tactic we see, which is what you call the parasocial leap.
Yes, the parasocial leap.
It's that person who suddenly becomes best friends with a famous creator the precise microsecond the cameras start rolling.
It's so uncomfortable to watch.
It really is. You can literally see the switch in their eyes. They are draped all over the person with the highest follower count, laughing far too loud at jokes that just aren't funny.
Right. And that specific behavior gives rise to one of the most evocative terms used to describe this entire phenomenon.
Which is?
Treating human interaction like a reality show audition.
Oh man, I want to stop on that phrase, reality show audition, because it's brilliant.
It really captures the vibe, doesn't it?
It does. But look, let me challenge the boundary here.
Go for it.
If I go to a professional mixer, like an industry event, I am absolutely looking for the most influential person in the room.
Sure.
And I might, laugh a little too hard at their joke to make a connection. That is just standard networking.
Right.
So how does the internet audience actually tell the difference between healthy self-promotion and toxic clout chasing? Like, where is the line drawn for you and me as the viewers?
That's a great question. The line is really drawn at the focal point of the performance.
The focal point.
Yes. Networking, even when it's slightly forced, implies a mutual exchange of value between two human beings.
Right.
You are actually engaging with the person in front of you.
Right. You're trying to build a real relationship, even a professional one.
Exactly. A reality show audition, on the other hand, implies a singular selfish performance, where the person standing in front of you is merely a prop.
A prop? Wow.
Yeah. When the internet decides you are clout chasing, they are recognizing that you are looking right past the human being you're talking to, and you are performing for a third invisible entity.
The audience.
The audience.
You aren't interacting with them. You are basically transacting with their follower count.
Precisely. And the internet crowdsources these judgments in real time with just ruthless efficiency.
Oh, the internet misses nothing.
Nothing. Millions of people are analyzing the microexpressions, the eye contact, the timing, the contextual history of a post.
It's like everyone is an amateur psychologist.
They really are. Clout chasing has become the ultimate accusation of inauthenticity in a medium that, paradoxically, demands authentic connection above all else.
Right.
We have basically developed a hyper-attuned radar for this uncanny valley of human interaction.
And because we have all developed this radar, because we are all acting as this constant vigilant jury, the terminology has completely bled out of the realm of mega influencers.
Oh, absolutely. It's everywhere now.
It's no longer just about celebrities staging fake feuds. it has trickled down into our everyday linguistics.
Very true.
You don't need 1 million followers to be accused of this anymore. You just need a smartphone and a social circle.
Right. It has absolutely saturated casual conversation.
How so?
Well, the phrase operates on multiple registers now. It can be a playful jab, a sarcastic comment, or a deeply judgmental accusation.
And sometimes all three at once.
And very often it is all three simultaneously, yeah.
You see it in classic friend group gossip, right? Someone will say, oh, every time there's a viral TikTok dance, she drops everything to film it immediately. Total clout chaser.
Yep, that's exactly how it gets used.
But then it gets deeply micro-personal. Someone will post a single, slightly overly curated gym selfie, and immediately their friends in the group chat will accuse them of chasing clout.
Which perfectly demonstrates how the definition of the currency has shrunk.
Right.
Clout is no longer just global fame or millions of dollars in sponsorships. For the average person, clout is simply getting 20 extra likes from your immediate peers.
It is the micro-validation of your localized network.
Exactly.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. Because the term has become so ubiquitous, and because the accusation of being desperate for those 20 likes is so humiliating,
right,
people have started using the phrase preemptively. They literally use it as a psychological shield.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah. Someone will post a carefully staged, aesthetically perfect photo of their morning latte, and they will caption it just a little clout chasing before noon.
That is just a masterclass in ironic detachment.
Exactly. It's an ego defense mechanism.
Yes.
By captioning your own photo with the accusation, you're essentially beating your critics to the punch.
You really are.
You're saying, I know this is a desperate cry for attention, and you know it is, so let's just wrap it in a layer of irony so nobody can accuse me of trying too hard.
It is a fascinating evolution of digital survival, honestly.
But survival. I like that.
Well, think about it. When you exist in a digital panopticon where every single action you take is publicly measured in likes, views, and comments, trying earnestly and failing is the ultimate humiliation.
Oh, it's brutal.
Earnestness is a massive liability online.
Right. Caring too much is uncool.
Exactly. So you employ ironic detachment. You mock yourself first. If you label your own behavior as clout chasing, you secure plausible deniability.
Right, like, oh, I wasn't actually trying to be popular, I was just doing a bit.
Exactly. Self-awareness suddenly becomes a currency of its own.
It's like you earn social points back just for admitting that you're playing the game.
Yeah.
But underneath all that armor, underneath the sarcasm and the self-deprecation, the core truth remains exposed.
It does.
The underlying desire doesn't change.
Yeah.
You still want the attention. You still posted the photo.
And everyone notices. The irony doesn't actually hide the desire. It just makes it socially acceptable to consume.
Which is wild.
It really speaks volumes about the psychological environment we are navigating right now.
I mean,
we are so starved for validation, yet so utterly terrified of being seen wanting it, that we have to ironically mock ourselves while we beg for it.
Yeah. Which is frankly exhausting.
It's completely exhausting.
And that realization that everyday users are meticulously staging their coffee cups and carefully managing their ironic captions just to safely engage with their friends,
yeah,
it leads us to the most confounding reality of this entire phenomenon.
Which is?
We use the term clout chaser as a weapon. We roll our eyes at the desperation.
Yeah.
We mock the inauthenticity. But the system itself, the platforms we voluntarily open 50 times a day, actively creates, mandates, and rewards this exact behavior.
100%. The platforms do not merely host this behavior, they engineer it.
Right.
We blame the rat for running the maze, but the maze was designed by thousands of data scientists to ensure the rat never stops running.
That's a great analogy.
The architecture of these apps relies on variable reward schedules. It's the exact same psychological mechanism used in slot machines.
Wow. So you're just constantly pulling the lever.
Exactly. You pull the lever, you post the selfie, and you don't know if you're going to get 0 likes or 100 likes. That unpredictability creates a massive dopamine loop.
So the platforms reward attention.
Yes.
Attention triggers the algorithm to push your content to more people. That wider reach brings followers, and followers bring the ultimate currency, which is influence.
It is an unbreakable cycle. The platforms have built the track, they are firing the starting gun every time you open the app, and they are holding the ultimate prize at the finish line.
Right.
While the term clout chasing is deployed as a criticism of the individual's moral failure, it actually reflects the baseline requirements of the digital economy.
We are criticizing people for playing a game that they are absolutely forced to play if they want to participate in modern digital life. So what does this all mean for you? Because, it is remarkably easy to point the finger at the influencer staging a meltdown in a Starbucks and say, look at that toxic clout chaser.
It is. It makes us feel good.
Yeah, it makes us feel superior. But when you strip away the extreme examples, when you look past the fake drama and the reality show auditions, you realize that most people aren't trying to build a global media empire.
Definitely not.
You probably aren't trying to become a millionaire influencer. Most people just want to be seen.
And that is the most fundamentally human desire there is.
Exactly.
We are social creatures. We require community reflection to just understand our own value.
Right. You just want to be heard, you want to be liked, or maybe you just want your perspective validated by someone with a blue check mark.
Yep.
And in pursuit of that basic human need, we're all, to varying degrees, participating in this hyper-gamified system.
We really are.
We're all editing the photo a little bit longer. We're all agonizing over the caption to make sure it has just the right amount of ironic detachment. We're all tracking our own metrics.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, social media has taken the innate, beautiful human desire for community connection and turned it into a measurable competitive performance.
A measurable performance.
Yeah. We are no longer simply interacting with our peers. We are transacting in the currency of attention. Every single post is a subtle bid for influence. Every comment is a micro-audition.
Wow. We've transitioned from chasing the ice cream truck, which, at least gave us something tangible, sweet, and satisfying at the end of the sprint, to this never-ending algorithmic treadmill.
It's wild to think about.
We've spent this deep dive unpacking a phrase that started as a niche internet insult for the most desperate actors, only to realize that it is basically simply the water we are all swimming in.
Right.
Clout chasing isn't an anomaly of the internet. It is the internet's default state.
And acknowledging that reality basically forces us to look in the mirror.
Yeah, it really does.
This raises an important question about the sustainability of our digital identities.
What's that?
If we are all running this exhausting digital race, if we're all carefully curating our irony and performing in our own subtle or not so subtle ways just to be seen and validated by a glowing screen, what happens to our sense of self when we finally log off and the race pauses? Who are we when there is absolutely no clout left to chase?
That is definitely something to think about. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Keep questioning the digital environment around you. Look closely at the invisible mechanics of the games you're asked to play, and we'll be right here waiting to unpack the next one with you.